In this video, I'm going to be covering one of the best, if not the best, places to live in the south suburbs of Chicago. That's Tinley Park, Illinois. At one point, Tinley Park was ranked #1 in the entire country, places to raise your children. In this video, I'm going to outline what Tinley Park has to offer. So if you're moving to Tinley Park, if you're looking for a place to live in the south suburbs, if you're relocating, if you're considering Tinley Park, stick around for the entirety of this video because I'm going to be covering all the bases on what it's like to live in Tinley Park, things to do in Tinley Park, what's available in Tinley Park. I'm going to tell you what you need to know when you're considering your options. If you're new to the channel, my name is John Sintich. I'm your go-to Chicagoland realtor in the south suburbs. I'm your guide to building wealth through buying and selling real estate. If at any point in this video the content resonates with you in any way, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for all things real estate and living in the southwest suburbs of Chicago. Let's roll. Tinley Park is located about 40 minutes south and just slightly west of downtown Chicago. All you do is you hop on I-90-94, the Dan Ryan, you take that south to 57 to I-80, just a few miles, maybe 5 miles on I-80, and it just dumps you off right in Tinley Park. It's honestly a great place for young professionals to live if they work in the city and maybe they don't want to live in the city, they prefer the suburban life, or they maybe are having kids, they're getting married, and they don't want their kids to grow up in Chicago, in the city, in a high rise or what have you, and they want to move to the suburbs. It's a great location for that. So what about entertainment and nightlife? If you like nightlife, yeah, you're gonna have a difference in Tinley Park than you will in downtown Chicago. Bars in River North and the West Loop and Wrigleyville, they're just not the same as the bars in Tinley Park. Anyone who tells you, yeah, it's the same, it's fine, it's just not true. But I will say, as someone who has lived in the city and as someone who now lives in the suburbs and frequents bars in Tinley Park is a pretty solid bar scene in downtown Tinley Park on Oak Park Avenue. And there's a bunch of really nice, great restaurants dotting the entire village. Primal Cut is just one restaurant that I'll name on Oak Park Avenue. It's a actually really nice steakhouse, and I've been to several of these bougie steakhouses in the city. Primal Cut, it's really good. It's got a good steak, they have seafood. It provides a more fine dining experience. It's really a nice restaurant, and it's right there on Oak Park Avenue. It's a nice little steakhouse. You can go there for date nights, family dinners, whatever. There's another really great restaurant just north on Oak Park Avenue, Siam Marina. It's an Asian fusion restaurant. It's really good. It honestly rivals any of that kind of cuisine anywhere you go. It's a phenomenal food, and the staff's super friendly and super kind and polite. It's really a great spot, great atmosphere. I would definitely check that out if you'd like that kind of food. And there's just tons of bars out there too that are pretty fun. Holstein's, Tian's, there's really nice breweries as well. Hailstorm Brewery, Brothership Brewery. There's some really nice areas out there if you want to grab a beer with your friends or your family or whatever. Downtown Tinley has tons of small businesses as well. They have coffee shops, ice cream joints. Two of my favorites are The Scoop, which is a really nice ice cream joint right on Oak Park Avenue. They have coffee as well, so they're open in the morning. And then there's this new place called Avocado Theory, which couldn't be more millennial of me. I never thought I would enjoy a place called Avocado Theory. Most of their menu has avocado-infused things in it. It sounds kind of silly, but it's honestly a phenomenal restaurant. They have really good food. I've tried it, it's pretty damn good. And they have free coffee from 6 a.m. to 11, which is kind of a game changer because it's actually legit coffee. I went in there to shoot a video once, and they were like, oh, we have free coffee, 6 to 11. I'm like, oh, this is probably trash. Let me try this. It was actually really good. So I would honestly recommend Avocado Theory. Free coffee in the morning, and they have really good sandwiches and a bunch of different food on their menu. It's a pretty vast menu. This is turning into an Avocado Theory commercial. Okay, whatever, it's good, try it. If you're not into that, no worries. Tinley Park has all the fast food, name brand, chain restaurants, shops, stores, all of those things that you can think of, they have all of that. There's actually a massive shopping center at 191st in Harlem. They've got TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, Old Navy, PetSmart. They've got fast food all around there. And then of course there's a massive super Target or whatever. It's one of those massive Targets. My wife goes there like 3 times a week, finds an excuse to go there. It's actually a sick Target. I really like it. It's one of the biggest Targets I've ever been to. It's phenomenal. You can get pretty much anything you want there. There's also a huge Sam's Club if you just head a little bit more north on Harlem. There's tons of stuff there. Anything you can think of, Tinley Park pretty much has it. Now, I have a question for you. Are you moving to Tinley Park looking for a job? Maybe you aren't staying in the same position and you're relocating to Tinley Park, and that's a massive factor when you're looking for a place to live. So the big question is, how's the job market in Tinley Park? There are actually some really big companies that you can look into that are located in Tinley Park. Panduit, UGN, and Payrock are big companies, and I can dive into each 3 of those in a minute and outline a little bit more about those companies.
So yeah, as you can see here, Panduit is a pretty robust company. They have several thousand employees. They were founded in 1955, so they've been around a long time. They have a good track record. They're an electronics manufacturing company, and they are located in Tinley Park. UGN is another big company here in Tinley Park. They have several thousand employees. They've been around since 1986, and they're in transportation equipment manufacturing. This one I'll show you here is Payrock, another moderately sized company here in Tinley Park, founded in 2003. This is a great industry to be in right now. Financial transaction processing with all of the digital currency flying around, all of the digital financial transactions. These companies are here to stay, so this is another great company to look into if you want to work in Tinley Park.
But also, you're 40 minutes from downtown Chicago, one of the biggest markets in the entire world. So if you're already employed, maybe your job is located in the city of Chicago, traveling there is not very difficult from Tinley Park. It's actually pretty easy. There's 2 really big metro stations located in Tinley Park. One is right off 80th Avenue and 179th, and then there's one just in downtown Tinley as well, right off Oak Park Avenue. I also wanted to highlight an area right by downtown Tinley, by that metro station. If you're a young professional, you're looking for a condo, there's some really cool new condos that were just built in downtown Tinley recently, and they're mixed use, so they're like the condos that are sitting on top of storefronts, retail storefronts. So it's kind of like a city vibe. You're in that high-rise condo feel with this retail stores underneath without living in the actual city and dealing with all the hustle and bustle that goes along with that. So another question you might have is, what about the schools? Something I would care very much about if I was a parent. I'm not even a parent, but I just got married recently, and I care about schools now because eventually I want kids, and so the next place I live, I'm gonna be very much heavily looking into what schools are like there, and are they great schools? What's going on with the schools? And so I'm starting to think about that now, even though I'm not a parent. It's going through my mind like, hey, where's my next place gonna be? And how are the schools gonna be when I'm there? So make sure you're paying attention to what I'm gonna say next because it's very important. So the schools out in Tinley are actually really strong. According to niche.com, which takes all the data from all of these different suburbs and gives you rankings of the different suburbs, the public schools in Tinley Park have an A- rating. So they're solid schools. They're well above average. There's some really good schools in Tinley Park. So if you're worried about schools, put that at ease. Tinley Park has lots of really good public schools. Now let's talk about cost of living in Tinley Park. I'm gonna pull up a little screenshot here and walk you through some of that information as well.
This is a cost of living analysis and a breakdown of Tinley Park compared to Illinois and the rest of the United States. You can see here, the Tinley Park's index is 104. So the baseline, or kind of like the standard, is 100. So the rest of Illinois is 93.4. And we have Chicago to thank for the higher than average cost of living. So we're at 104. Groceries are actually just on the under average side. Healthcare is also under. Housing is 92.4 compared to the rest of Illinois is 79.5 for some context. The median home cost is actually lower on this spreadsheet. It's actually slightly higher if you do a real-time analysis, and I can get into that in another video. This isn't super far off, but it is below average to the rest of the United States. What's really getting you here is transportation and then miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, we're going to go with going out to eat, going out to the movies, things like that. There's all these taxes associated with sales, entertainment tax, like Chicago and Cook County really will tax you on anything they possibly can. So that's where you're getting just slightly elevated costs of living. Overall for Tinley Park, it's really not terrible. There's other areas that are in 120, 110, in the 120 range, which can be much higher. So the cost of living, it's not incredible, but it's not the worst in the suburbs as well.
Overall, if you're looking for a nice suburb away from the chaos of the city that still has some decent nightlife and dining, you can't really go wrong with Tinley Park. The median sales price is going to be lower than some of these west and north suburbs, and you're really just outside of the city, or 45 minutes to an hour depending on traffic. So that's basically it, guys. That is Tinley Park, a lot of the pros of Tinley Park. I hope you got value from this video. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel for all things real estate in the south suburbs of Chicago. Again, my name is John Sintich. I am your guide to building wealth through buying and selling real estate. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.